Some people go to college for education, others go for opportunity. But some go because college is the first time in their life they can breathe. This is the psychology of a person who didn't leave home for adventure. They left because home was survival. They grew up in a house where love and fear were always in the same room. A house full of yelling, rules that made no sense, walking on eggshells, emotional abuse disguised as discipline, manipulation disguised as concern, control disguised as care, and sometimes violence hid behind silence. This wasn't a childhood, it was training. Training their nervous system to stay alert, training their brain to predict moods, training their emotions to stay quiet. They didn't grow up learning who they were. They grew up learning who they needed to be to survive the day. So when college came along, it wasn't about which school is best or what program do I want. It was how far can I get? How soon can I leave? How do I build a new life? College wasn't a milestone. It was freedom. The first time doors closed without slamming, the first time silence didn't feel threatening, the first time breathing didn't feel like a risk. They weren't just going to school. They were finally escaping a war zone no one else could see. And once they got there, something amazing happened. They started meeting people who didn't yell to be heard, people who apologized when they were wrong, friends who cared without needing control, conversations that didn't end in guilt, laughing without fear of punishment. They started learning who they were, not who they were forced to be. For the first time, they laughed differently. They slept differently. Their body relaxed in ways it never could before. They built friendships. They explored. They figured out what stability feels like. And here's the psychological truth. College became the childhood they never got. Not carefree, not wild, just safe. And safety felt like air. That's why they didn't want to go home during breaks. Not because they were ungrateful, not because they changed. They finally experienced what peace feels like. And peace is addicting when you've lived in chaos. But the family doesn't let go. But toxic homes rarely release the people they controlled. So the phone calls start. Why don't you come home? We miss you. You've changed. You forgot where you come from. You think you're better than us now. Family is all you have. It sounds like love, but it feels like a trap. Because under those words is the real message. We're losing control. Come back so we can reset you. Come back so you can shrink again. This is called guilt tethering. When family tries to emotionally pull you back into a role you outgrew. They don't see growth, they see disobedience. They don't see healing, they see rejection. They aren't grieving a child leaving, they're grieving the control they no longer have. What this person is really seeking. This isn't someone running away from family. This is someone running toward self-stability. They're looking for a life where joy doesn't have conditions, relationships where love doesn't hurt, peace that doesn't depend on mood swings, safety that doesn't disappear overnight. They aren't heartless, they aren't cold, they aren't ungrateful. They are finally choosing themselves. And after a childhood where they were never allowed to, that choice is revolutionary. Some people go to college for a career, others go to college to finally have a life. And if home was loud, violent, manipulative, and emotionally unsafe, then leaving wasn't abandonment. It was survival. And survival is nothing to be ashamed of. If this resonates with you, please like and subscribe and share. Thank you.